And speaking of the print newsletter, for my current one, I have as the lead article something that we're going to talk about for the closing segment today, and it was titled, this article that's in the newsletter, Downhearted, Discouraged, Disengaged, Disgusted, Disconnected. Why am I writing like that? Because emails coming into this ministry are telling me that these folks, their very health is being affected by the headlines of our day. Many are feeling downhearted, discouraged. Others are disengaging and disconnecting just to maintain mental and physical health. Some of the issues, including ISIS, healthcare, fear of pandemics, economic meltdown. The world has gone through trauma before, but I think that today's bad news goes around the world electronically in seconds. So images from ISIS atrocities hit our computer screens just hours after they occur. Scenes from West Africa and the Ebola crisis turn up on our iPads and our daily newspapers, either instantly or overnight. So I wrote about this in this current print newsletter. Americans are sick at heart at a lot of things. At our political leaders who seem to have no conscience, who serially lie, and who are doing things to tear down the greatest nation on earth, America. Well, again, the world appears to be falling apart, and America resembles Humpty Dumpty after the fall, except we have few leaders to put it back together again. I have in studio with me to close off this hour, co-host for this part of this program, Jill Martin Rishi. Thank you, Jill, for being a part of the program again today. And do you hear some similar things to what I'm talking about?
All the time. On Facebook especially, we get this feedback. You can actually almost feel the heaviness in people's hearts. And it reminds me of that great proverb, hope deferred makes the heart sick. And so people are not seeing any hope based on what is going on around us. It's very discouraging.
Well, you manage our Facebook, and thank you, by the way, for doing that. And I think that you even have said to me that you're keeping the news off a little bit more, but then we run the risk of becoming uninformed, which is a catch-22. But the images coming from various parts of the world, quite frankly, they're overwhelming. And again, part of this is mass communication. Instant communication, the internet. It happens and bang, it's right in front of us.
Exactly. It's digital overload.
It's digital overload, yes. Yeah.
We are being hit from all sides, and not all of them, but a lot of these I look at as the arrows of the wicked one. They're fiery arrows because they pierce through our armor, or they pierce through to us and touch our hearts. They fill us with fear. There are things that come at us, and I'm not blaming everything on the prince of the power of the air, but there's a reason why he's called that, the powers of the air. And I think that there are things coming at us, hitting us constantly that are geared toward discouraging us.
Well, as I said, I have had emails where people are saying their very health is being jeopardized by some of the things going on. But I'm concerned about this disengagement, and I titled this article, and this is the feedback coming to me, that people are downhearted, discouraged, disengaged, or they're disengaging, they're disgusted, and they're disconnected. They're pulling the plug on television, on internet, even on radio sometimes, unless it's inspirational Christian. But I think that this just further equips the enemy when God's people are ignorant and uninformed. If the remnant disengaged, then there's no one to tell the truth. So I'm not sure just what is the happy medium here. Do you have any thoughts?
I think it's like any other battle. You send a certain amount of people out to fight, then they come back in and they rest. And then you send another group of people out to fight. And I think that's what some people are doing. They just need a rest. They need to step back off the battlefield. They need to just not know for a little while. I don't think that God's people are going to disengage permanently. I think that it is just one of those things that happens when you hit battle fatigue.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. We're at battle fatigue. When have we seen our country in danger like this?
Yeah, I agree.
When have we had a president who throws out our Constitution. When? When have we felt like we had a president who doesn't care about us? Mm-mm. These are real battles, and they come against us. They're fiery arrows. They come against us, and they discourage us.
They discourage us. You know, during Noah's day, the world was disengaged too. And of course, at that time, they turned to pleasure. And the world was asleep to the decay of that age. And the church just cannot be asleep today, or it can't be salt and light. And that's our assignment. And the enemy will have a field day if we are all disengaged from the culture, if we become uninformed, if we are clueless as to the signs of the times. God calls us to make the most of every opportunity because the days are evil. Ephesians 5:16. I mean, this is opportunity time because hearts that are usually looking inward are suddenly open to looking upward. I mean, with the storm clouds in every direction, folks are feeling vulnerable, unsafe. And I just think this is a perfect time. This is the time when we really need to be engaged, not downhearted, discouraged, disengaged, disgusted, and disconnected.